As you know, the name of the lesson is What's Up with Slang, and you can find this in Unit 4 in all terms. The name of the unit is Education and Training, and this is about it. And when you click on the folder, you'll see some audios. There is a quiz here and Word documents. You need to download all the audios, okay? And you need to download the Word documents as well. First, you will need this handout. Okay. So before starting the lesson, everything actually, you need to click on the quiz, right? So when you click on the quiz, let's look at it together. You'll see a text about it. You'll see a text about slang. Of course, first you need to know the meaning of slang. Slang is a kind of language used by a specific group of people. Especially, we can call this like street language. Yeah, for example, academicians, politicians can't use this, but you can use the slang language with your friends, for example. So not everywhere you can use this, right? Slang. If you cannot understand the meaning, please look up the dictionary. So there's a text, and there are some, as you see, bold words, right? You need to read the text and do the task. This text is very important to understand the meaning of slang and some information about it. And please do the tasks, right? There are some WH questions and some matching activity here and some more, right? Please do it. When you finish that, check your answers, and if you have incorrect answers, try to understand why you did incorrectly. And after you finish the quiz, you need to open the handout, right? Here is the handout, right? In this video, I want to focus on the skill called recognizing changes in pronunciation. When you are listening to a lecture, of course, the professors often change the tone of their voice or their pronunciation. They are doing this to emphasize or clarify a keyword or an idea, right? So when they try to emphasize or clarify a keyword or an idea, they generally change their tone of voice. They may say the word more loudly, more slowly, in a higher pitch, or with a pause. So these are important. While listening to the professor, you need to focus on these changes. And professors may slow down as they say the keywords. They may pronounce each word separately, or they may pause before saying the word. So okay, so these are important, right? Okay, this is the first task. Listen to a short lecture about teenagers and slang. Match the sentences, right? So as you downloaded the audios, the first audio is the short lecture, so you need to open that, start the audio, and do this activity. We are going to check the answers later. And here we have another task. You will listen to this short lecture again. As you listen, write down the important word or words, then listen once more and write down the pronunciation signal that you heard, right? So we have some letters here: L for louder, S for slower, H for a high pitch, and P for a pause. So while listening to the short lecture, you need to write the word or group or words, and then you need to write the pronunciation signal. And here the second one. So we have 6 in total, and you're going to write a pronunciation signal for each of the word group or words. So what are you going to write next to these? One of them, right? Okay. Yes, note taking is not so easy as you know. So during the lecture, you need to take the notes quickly. You need to take the important information. And after you take the notes, it's very important to read through these notes because you may add some extra information while the topic is still fresh in your mind. For example, you wrote these notes, and then when you read these, you may remember some other things related to these, and you can add the information. Of course, when the topic is still fresh in your mind, you can do it after an hour ago, after an hour later, or 1 hour later. You may not remember, so right after you listen to the lecture, you have to do it. Yeah, for example, look at these notes. Do you think they are good or bad notes? Okay, we will talk about this later. Just look at these notes. What do you think about it? Yeah, do you think they are good or bad? Okay, now it's time to read this excerpt from the short lecture on teenagers and slang. So this is a very short text. Please read it and make your own notes from this passage of text. Please include any information you think is necessary, right? You may use abbreviations, you may just write keywords, not whole sentence, because while listening to a lecture, it's very difficult to write the full sentence. You need to write the keywords, the important things or details, of course. Just do it, okay? Now, I'm going to, you need to listen to me actually. I'm going to tell you some information and you need to take notes. Okay, please take a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil. You need to take notes for my speech. Yeah, I think you are ready. Okay, I'm starting. Okay, now slang is created in a variety of different and interesting ways. One way slang is created is by taking an old word and giving it a new meaning, like the slang word wired. It's important to note that not everyone who speaks English speaks the same slang. Several factors influence this. The first important factor is region, meaning the part of the country a person is from. So you might hear a person from the southern states say "Hell," which means "Hello everyone," but a person from California might say "What's up guys?" When you're thinking about slang, keep in mind that languages are living things. They are changing all the time, and new slang helps the language grow and change. Okay, that's it. I hope you took notes, and we will talk about this later again while giving the answers. Now it's time to watch the lecture. As you watch, you need to take notes and don't look at the questions, right? This is not a taking part. So just first listen to the lecture because you downloaded the audio, right? Lecture audio. And there will be questions afterwards. Okay, stop this video and listen to the audio. Yeah? Now, I think you have listened to the lecture and you have taken the notes. Let's see the questions. How many questions in total? 7 questions. Yes, and now use your notes to answer these questions. Provide as much relevant information as possible. Let's look at the first one. How is the lecture organized? Right, this is worth 8 points. There's too many points here. So first, you need to write the specific topic of the lecture. What the professor focuses on. You need to write this, and part 1, part 2, and part 3. Yeah, you need to write the parts of the topic. And what is slang? The second one is what is slang? So you need to write the definitions worth 2 points. And the third one is typically who creates most slang? So this is the question. Who creates most slang? Who, right? And for according to the lecturer, why is slang used, right? Give 3 reasons. So you need to write 3 reasons. So 1 point for each, right? In total is 3 points, 1 for each. And the next question is this. What are 3 ways slang is created? So you need to write the 3 ways here, which is worth 3 points. So you can understand that this is 1 point for each. And you need to provide examples where possible. So as you see, example for this way is not possible. So you will write 2 examples for each ways. And the next question is, what are two factors that create differences in slang? It's 4 points. Yeah, you need to write two factors that create difference in slang. Of course, while answering these questions, you need to write relevant information. And if you write more information and if they are relevant, it is better, of course. And the last question is, what two problems does she say are associated with slang? So you need to write the two problems, okay, related to slang. So this is worth 4 points, so 2 points for each. I hope you will answer all of these questions, and in the next video we will talk about the answers. The answers, look at this task first. It's the matching activity. Teenagers today have creative and interesting slang. Parents of teenagers worry about teenagers' slang. Slang is a way to have fun with language, right? So actually you listen to the short lecture and you match them, but you don't have to listen to the lecture to match them. Actually, it's so easy. And this one, write down the important word or words and write down the pronunciation signal that you heard. You needed to write these letters next to the pronunciation signal parts. Yes, let's look at it. The first one is young people, right? And the signal is higher pitch or louder. The next one is this: teenagers have the most creative slang we have ever seen in the English language. And the lecturer tells this in a slower way, so this is slower. And the next one is this: they know when to use slang and when not to use it. And the lecturer says this in a higher pitch. And the next one, informal, and the lecturer pauses or said this in a louder way. You can write both of them or one of them. And the other one is, I share their view. I share their view, and the lecturer said this in a slower way. And the other one is, the last one is, slang is their special way of playing with the language. And he pauses when he tells this, right? Pauses because this information is very important. So these are the signals. Okay, actually you took a look at these notes and I want to share my views about it. I like these notes because we have the information here, and maybe these are not full sentences, but there is the keywords, the important information. And after writing this and after listening to the audio, this person wrote more words here before he or she forgot, right? So this one, for example, talk about computer, something they have studied. He remembers these because the topic is still fresh in his or her mind, and some extra information before he forgets, he wrote this, okay? And I like these notes. And the other task is this, right? You needed to include the information you think is necessary. These are in full sentences. You need to write the keywords. Maybe you could use abbreviations. It depends. It's up to you. Some parents of teenagers worry when they hear their children use slang. So maybe you can say some parents worry when their children use slang. They worry the language is too informal and other people won't understand them. Maybe you can summarize this, you can write this shorter. They are also afraid that the other people, they think their kids don't know how to speak English properly. They are afraid people think that they don't know how to speak English properly. You don't have to write their kids, maybe you can write they. After that you can understand these are the kids, and so on, right? And I read your text. Actually the text is this, and you needed to write down the information you think is necessary. Look at it. Slang, it's about slang again. Slang is created in a variety of ways. Yeah, create a variety of ways. One way is taking an old word and giving it a new meaning. For example, white. It's important to note that note that not everyone speaks the same slang. Who speaks English speaks the same slang. So you can write everyone. Not everyone speaks the same slang, right? Several factors influence this. You can say there are several factors or several factors. Maybe you can put an arrow here. The first important factor is you can use the number as it is, like first is me region, meaning the part of the country is a person is from. So this is the first factor. You can write the meaning here because sometimes the definitions are important in the lecture. And you might hear a person from the southern states say hello. It means hello everyone. Hello, it means hello everyone. And in California they may say what's up guys. And about slang, languages are living things. They are changing, and the new slang helps the language grow and change. You don't have to write all the sentences, but you need to give the meaning actually with some keywords. Yeah. And okay, let's take a look at the answers of these questions. How is the lecture organized, right? How is the lecture organized? Let's look at the okay, first one with specific topic. Specific topic is this. So we have this keyword in particular. So slang in English in the United States. Slang in English in the United States. And how is it? How is the lecture organized? Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. So first, this is again our keyword. First, the meaning of slang. Second, a number of reasons why people use slang. And then we have this keyword. The third one is how the slang is created, or you can say how slang is made. Yeah, these are the parts of the lecture. And what is slang? So you need to write the definition. And as you see here, there are two definitions, so you can write one of them. Slang is a term for new or informal words and phrases, so you can write this. Or slang is new or informal words or phrases which tend to come from certain groups in a society. So two definitions are given in the lecture, and you can write one of them. Yeah. And typically, who creates most slang? I think this is an easy question. Yeah. Most slang in any language is created by young people. So the answer is by young people. Yeah, so the answer is young people here. According to the lecture, why slang used? So give 3 reasons. The reasons are here, right? There are a number of reasons. So you needed to write 3 of them. The first, one is people use slang, because slang makes people feel connected to a peer group. Slang makes people feel connected to or part of a peer group. So this is one of them. And the other one can be they are showing their group identity. The other can be people use slang to show that they are friendly and can be casual with each other. And some people use slang to make their speech more colorful or to make a certain kind of impression on other people. So there are more than 3 actually. You need to write 3 of these. What are 3 ways slang is created? Provide examples where possible. So 3 ways. Let's find these 3 ways. Okay, so now slang is created in a variety of different and interesting ways. Yeah, the answer is coming then. One way, so the first way, by taking an old word and giving it a new meaning. So this is the first way, right? And we need to give the example. The word wired. Okay, the word wired. And while writing the example, try to write some details about it actually. For example, we have, um, you know, the word wire, like the wire in an electrical cord. To be wired is an adjective, means the way you feel when you had too much coffee. You feel too excited and maybe even a little crazy. You feel wired. You feel full of energy. So that's an example of a new slang word created from old word. So this example is given in a very detailed way, and you need to write maybe some words from this, some explanations, right? And the other way, creating a new word um, that didn't exist before. Didn't exist before, right? And we have an example here, the word bling bling. This is slang word bling bling, and some explanation for that. This is a slang word that means shiny jewelry. It's a noun. Most people first heard bling bling in a hip hop song some years ago, and suddenly many people, young people, began using this expression in their regular conversations. So someone might say, "Look at that bling bling she's wearing." Yeah. Okay. So you may summarize this, write this in a short way, and the example is bling bling. And the other way, the last way, um, here. The third way slang is made is by borrowing a word from another language or by borrowing from another culture. So this is the third way, and we don't have an example for that. Yes, the next question is, what are two factors that create differences in slang? Let's look at the factors. Okay, so there are a few factors, right? There are a few factors. The first one is region. Yeah, this first one is region. As it is worth 4 points, you may write some more details about region. So you can write the definition if you like. Region, the part of the country where a person is from. For instance, you might hear a person from the southern state say "Hey all," which means, hello everyone. And in California, they may say "What's up?" So you can write this example right next to this region. And the second factor is occupation, right? So jobs. And you may write some more information about this. Jobs can have different slang. A great deal of job-specific slang is also relevant to others. So eventually, it becomes popular in regular society. So you may write some details from here. And the last one, what two problems does she say are associated with slang? Okay, let's find the problems. Here, slang can be sometimes controversial. So not everyone has a positive opinion about slang, right? So the problem is coming. It might destroy the English language. So some people think that it might destroy the English language because it's not grammatically correct, right? Some people think it is not grammatically correct. Yeah, this is not grammatically correct, so it may destroy the English language. So this is one of the problems. The other one is, the next problem is, some people think that slang is too informal for a speech. Slang is too informal for a speech. So when slang is used for writing, right, especially, slang is used more in speaking than in writing. And you shouldn't use this slang in academic papers, for example. This is said here. So these are two problems. Okay, that's it for now. See you in the next video.